Hello and welcome to Education Trend on Crystal Education TV, bringing you the biggest news in schools, universities, education policy across Nigeria and beyond. I am Lizzie Jimo. Here are the top stories making the rounds this week. No TRC and registration, no teaching job. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, recently announced in Abuja through a statement signed by the ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations, Boriowo Folasade. He said the move is part of far-reaching reform to professionalize teaching and guarantee that every child in the country is taught by qualified and competent teacher, saying that no teacher will henceforth be allowed to stand before a classroom in Nigeria without proper registration and licensing by the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, TRCN. Moving to our second story today, Edo government resolves Ambro Ali's university admission crisis affecting over 1,000 students. Following the intervention of the Edo state government, relief has finally come to more than 1,000 students of Ambro Ali's University AAU Ekpoma, whose admission has been stalled for years due to irregularities. Many of the affected students, some of whom graduated as far back as 2020, had been unable to proceed with the mandatory one-year National Youth and Service Corps NYSC scheme because they could not print their admission letters. The matter, which dates back to 2017, admission cycle, left students stranded despite completing their academic programs. Sequel to that, gaps and challenges in the new curriculum. The recently updated Nigerian school curriculum has generated both commendation and criticism across the nation's education sector. On one hand, many stakeholders have described it as a welcome development, particularly with the airy introduction of history as a core subject. Experts argue that the removing history in the past left a vacuum in the nation's understanding of its own development, identity, and global relevance. They note that history has multidisciplinary importance: political, social, economic, and even geographical, and it's vital for fostering peaceful coexistence by drawing lessons from African colonial past. Stay with us while we bring you more of the headlines. NECO rewards workers, pupils for productivity excellence. NANS passes vote of confidence in Ogun and Osun River Basin Authority. NAPTEP comments review validation of trade syllabi for technical colleges. And now to our final headlines. Kwara approves free education for visually impaired girls. The Kwara state government has announced the immediate admission of visually impaired girls into Queen Elizabeth Secondary School in Ilorin, with provisions for free education, feeding, and accommodation. The move is part of efforts to promote exclusivity and expand access to quality education in the state. And that's it for the headlines for this week. Let us have your opinion on the comment section. To engage for more details, read out through the stories on our page at crystaledunews.com.ng. We'll bring you and more details on the matters as progress rolls out. And that's it on Education Trend this week. Remember, education is the foundation of progress and every story matters. Thanks for joining us this week. Bye for now.